Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Lux, the Lady of Luminosity, with special guest Sherelia, Lux's designer.
Lux is a caster with a support emphasis. She specializes in controlling the battlefield with the constant threat of her crowd control abilities. She is similar to Morgana in playstyle, although her focus is more on her control and support aspects. Lux's Q ability is Light Binding. Light Binding is a linear skill shot that snares up to 2 targets and deals damage to them. The secondary target only receives half of the damage and half of the snare effect. Prismatic Barrier is Lux's main support ability. It is a boomerang type skill shot that fires out to its maximum range and back. Any allies hit by the ability receive a damage shield, and the damage shield can refresh when the boomerang returns, shielding up to 2 times the damage. Lux also receives the shield upon casting and when the projectile returns. Her E ability is Lucent Singularity. It is a great utility spell for controlling the battlefield. Lux throws a ball of light to an area which slows all enemy units around it. After 5 seconds, the ball detonates to deal damage. You can also cancel the ability early to deal the damage faster. This ability is also great for scouting, as it provides a vision bubble around it when it's active. Lux's ultimate spell is Finalis Funkeln, also known as the Mega Death Laser. It is a long-range skill shot, however, it is not global. After gathering energy, Lux fires a beam of light that instantly fries all enemy units in its path. One thing to note is this ability instantly deals damage when it fires, and has no traveling time. It's on a short cooldown, so feel free to use it frequently. Lux's passive, Illumination, causes all of her damage-dealing spells to charge the target with energy. Lux can activate the energy on the target with a normal attack to deal extra damage. Correctly utilizing Lux's passive is crucial to maximizing her damage.
My runes are very standard: magic penetration marks, mana regeneration per level seals, flat cooldown reduction glyphs, and flat health quintessences. My masteries are also typical: 9 points for magic penetration in offense, with 21 in utility. Some players ask why I take reduced death duration. Well, if your champion doesn't heal himself, there's no reason to take the regeneration bonus. Ghost helps me get into position for my various skill shot abilities, while Clarity is an all-around excellent support spell. Lux is a great duo lane champion, especially with her brother Garen. Light Binding can be an excellent setup spell for Judgment. Whenever you have control of a lane, ranged champions like Lux should always camp in the brush. Notice how Akali and Kog'Maw are stuck far back, unable to farm minions. Since Lux doesn't have any hard escape abilities, let's talk about juking. I'm ganked by a lizard-buffed Master Yi, who uses Ghost when I do. First, I try Lucent Singularity for the slow, while tossing on Prismatic Barrier, but he alpha strikes me to chase. This juke here always works. Duck into the brush for just long enough to break line of sight. Your opponent will always right-click to move somewhere inside the brush, so that when you turn back around, he won't be ready for you. One thing you'll have to remember with Lux is that it's okay to light binding through a minion. Because Kennen can be so fast, I make sure to bind him while Malzahar is casting Nether Grasp so that I don't miss. Let's look at her standard damage combo. Start with Lucent Singularity and try to lead Akali to slow her as much as possible. Right before she gets out of range, blow it up. Toss a basic attack with Light Binding right after. The attack will proc Illumination, and Light Binding should be an easy hit because of the slow. Immediately after Light Binding, cast Finalis Funkeln. You miss out on one potential Illumination charge, but hitting your ultimate while your target is rooted is way more important. Lux has both long range and long cooldowns. Because of these traits, you can successfully fight a battle while out of everyone else's range. Even with 700 health and no Ghost, I'm completely safe. Prismatic Barrier protects me while helping Soraka and Malzahar kill Kennen. Noticing that Finalis Funkeln is almost up and Akali is low, I chase to stay in range. Notice where I aim the spell. I shoot a little bit to her left because a wall prevents her from dodging to the right, so there's no way I can miss. Galio channels Idol of Durand, and suddenly I'm in trouble. When running, cast Prismatic Barrier in front of you. By running towards your spell, you'll refresh the shield earlier, which saves my life in this case. Once I've gotten out of range of regular attacks, I know he'll cast Righteous Gust, and seeing his cast animation right before he dies, I know he'll lead me with Resolute Smite. Learn Light Binding at level 1 and leave it there. Max Lucent Singularity followed by Prismatic Barrier right away, obviously grabbing Finalis Funkeln whenever available. For items, start with Doran's Ring. I like to rush Mejai's Soulstealer followed by Rod of Ages. If your Mejai's is doing well, grab Zhonya's Ring right after and play as an AP carry, also getting Void Staff, Death via Grasp, and Guardian Angel. If you aren't crushing, start heading for support items like Shirelia's Reverie and Soul Shroud instead, while also getting defensive items like Guardian Angel. Thanks for tuning in to the Lux Champion Spotlight. Just be quiet because
Shh! I'm charging my laser.
for
Demise!